Thanks for joining us for part 3 of the Fishbowl with Action Bronson. We're going to talk about the munchies, and we both have them sometimes. You talked about being from here as a rapper, quote unquote white. I deal with the white DN shit all the time. So you said it was easier and there's less pressure on you because you're from this melting pot, right? I mean, like, you had it easier than other white rappers, or not so much?
I don't really, that's not something that I even think about.
Yeah.
I don't think about color when it comes to art.
Right.
Like that shit, if it's good, it shines. If it don't, it's garbage.
Yeah,
and mediocre is no good. If it's really bad, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
If it's good, it's really good. But if it's mediocre, no good.
No matter who you are.
No matter who you are. But
Yeah.
if it's terrible, it's kind of good.
Yeah. So you talked about we talked about everything. The drug that everybody likes talking to you about is weed. I mean, you got your own apparatuses.
It's no longer. It's not a drug.
Well,
it's the universe's gift.
It's a plant. It's a plant, and we love it. We both love it. I was reading about it, and reading about the fact that you vape most at night. Does it settle your thoughts? Do you feel like you're buzzing all day so much with creativity and your mind's going, you're doing all this different shit? Is it hard to settle down at night? Is that why you smoke? Like, why do you, what's the application of besides just feeling good?
I mean, it's been something that's been in my life for so long now.
Yeah.
Now that you've asked me why I do it, it's because it's something that's ingrained in my DNA and something in me that brings me to it. Like, we all have a cannabinoid, circulatory type of system in our bodies. I don't know exactly what it's called, some endocrine type of shit.
Endocrinology.
There
I know
it is.
it's like we're talking
We're talking endocrinology here.
Obviously.
So, why would we have these receptors if it wasn't meant for us?
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean? We don't have cocaine receptors.
No, we don't.
That's not built in our bodies.
No, we don't.
So
and although these nostrils are pretty enormous, nothing's going up there.
Nah, there's not. I can't get anything up. I've sniffed sugar before.
I don't want anything up
as
there.
a joke when I was like 8.
Yeah, fuck that. So once you find a drug, like for me, it was like I had a lot of problems sleeping. Obviously, the pain aspect.
Yep.
And just like some social situations, at first that you're like, oh, these are just better. The edge is off. And I have ADD and all that shit, so it's nice to just have something to calm me down. Mm-hmm. And nighttime is. But in our league, we get tested once a year. It's so arbitrary, bro. It's just saving faith.
It's kind of ridiculous that people get popped, right?
Well, I used to think that until I started smoking a lot.
And then you just can't stop.
And then I was like, well, no, you just start pushing the limit.
Oh, you're like, nah, I'll wait another day.
You're like, oh man, I had a buddy that said he drank 5 gallons of cranberry juice and he was good 3 days, which is bullshit.
Of course.
But usually you go about a month, is what I think. The way we burn and whatnot. But in that month though, you start picking up, I start noticing I'm popping more pills, I'm popping more, Lunesta, Ambien,
See, that type of shit, I don't take any of that type of thing. The Lunesta, that kind of, it gives you those, you pretty much dreaming while you're up.
Yeah.
You're loose, it's weird. And, for sleeping, I never really had an issue. I just smoke till I sleep.
Yeah.
And I start early and I don't end till late.
Right.
And for my mind, it's just always going. I kind of have to slow it down sometimes, but then I speed it up. I'm kind of fucking with myself.
It's a little bit of a different balance, but they're different thoughts than you have that you're sitting around not getting high. Your mind, if I'm sitting around trying to be creative, prepping for this interview, writing about, because I write some, I'm not going to do that high necessarily. But there's another side that I want to get high to get more creative. So my right brain's thinking one way and then my left brain's thinking the other time. So, I mean, if you can mix the applications, it's great. But for you, when you're writing, I assume you probably smoke. You don't?
So, yeah, of course. It's so ingrained.
So it helps.
I don't know if it helps, but I know that it definitely makes me feel better. It puts me at ease.
So is there something, I guess what I'm wondering is somebody who has to go up on stage and recall, and you have tremendous recall. You have recall, when it comes to movies and sports, it's obvious.
All kinds of songs from everyone.
But think about you've done album after album and mixtapes and you go on the road and you got to recall them. Can you be high on stage? I mean, I know you smoke on stage. But...
Out of my mind high.
Yeah.
And I'm all good.
You're good.
I'm always out of my mind high on stage. There's no chance that I could go out on stage. I mean, I could do it. I could do anything in any way possible, just in life's way.
Yeah.
I could live in life's way.
Right.
But I like living in my way. You know, I like living the way I like living. I like smoking. I like fucking being high. I like my eyes halfway closed. I like the feeling of it being a little bit, you know, I like passing out at any time I want.
That's a nice quality, because I'm not the type that could,
fun.
without weed, I could never just, I can't fall asleep accidentally. The last time I fell asleep accidentally, you know, without bud was probably a kid. Like, I wasn't the kid in the car on the way home from school that's like just gonna, you know, conk out. So I need something to kind of chill me out. But like, what about the downside for me? If I had to pick one downside, is the munchies, bro. Well, I mean, I got the same problem.
Hey,
just a little.
You wear it well.
Yeah, I'm a little taller, but like,
it's tight, a touch.
But like, so for me, I know I got some foods that I love. Like, what are the foods that like you can't have in your pantry because it's gonna be?
I try not to keep honestly, I try not to keep anything in the pantry.
Yeah.
No cookies, no bullshit, no
Right.
nothing. Because those are all gone in one day.
Yeah.
I just know it's the way it's always
Right.
been.
Yeah.
I think with everybody, you try and eat one and it's just the fucking whole pack is on the floor, ripped up to shreds like a dog that goes through a garbage bag.
That's
you know?
exactly right. I mean, like, fucking,
And
you're not gonna have one Oreo.
Yeah, and you know, I live with my soon-to-be wife.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. And, you know, that shit makes noise.
Yeah. No, I know.
You know, the fucking cookie pack is always very
Yeah.
loud for some reason.
I know.
Like, they don't make it a silent cookie pack, so everyone always knows what you're doing. Up, he's in the cookie jar again.
And they shame you too, man.
It's shame.
When
I'm
wife
sitting
walks
there
up-
like, what? She come, what is this? I'm like, what the fuck? It's a cookie
And the worst
pack
part,
that's no longer with any cookies in it.
the worst part, and you got kids, right?
Yeah.
So they got some delicious foods.
I know.
So you fucking
Let me tell you what I did to her before. She likes Lucky Charms.
No wonder they're after me Lucky Charms. Just a new oat cereal with marshmallow bits and lucky shapes. Yellow moons, green four-leaf clovers, orange stars, pink hearts. See 'em mixed right in with the oat cereal.
I don't, but I like the marshmallows.
yeah, just
So I dumped the whole fucking box out, took every marshmallow out, separated them, put that in a Ziploc bag for myself, put the other cereal back into the box. So when she went in, oh, it was a fucking war in the house.
just pure.
I said, I don't know what happened.
Bro, I don't
have
know why
no
they
idea
don't.
what happened.
I don't know why they don't sell that shit
They
just
do.
the way they do.
They do. But I had to, you know, I had to fuck with her.
That's so funny, bro.
Can't have these marshmallows. I have them mine.
Imagine pouring out and it's just the fucking little brown pieces.
No, that's the garbage one.
just
That's the shit.
dog
That's
shit.
Yeah, they feed that to the goats.
They do. They do. A food I struggle with is pork rinds. If I got pork
Crispy. Lots of crispy things, yeah.
Crispy. If there's a bag, you know, I get home from the bar and I've had a couple beers. You mix the IPA with the pen and you get maximum munchies because you
There
get the
it
beer
is.
munchies and then
It's all about mixing things also, right? Like finding certain concoctions that work for you.
yeah. Do you get like, so now you're like, oh, you've been a cook, you chef for a long time, so
I'm really a cook, to be honest
really,
with you.
what's the difference?
A chef is someone who I would imagine worked their way up through the ranks of in a kitchen and spent extensive years eating shit.
Yeah.
I spent some years eating shit, but I never made it to an executive chef, you know?
Right.
Like in a real kitchen, like where you work, like in a real restaurant. I worked in other places, like, you know, that I was able to just do what I wanted.
Yeah.
It wasn't really the best situation, but it was also.
What's
I'm a glorified executive cook.
yeah. I like that. I mean, that's because I like how you're not taking too much credit.
No, I can't. I'm not a chef. I'm an executive cook.
Right. But I mean, you still had to do some of the menial shit, right? You were working.
that shit.
When you hurt yourself, you were working for your pops.
Yeah.
Or what kind of place was that? and what-
I mean, it was a beautiful place.
Yeah.
You know, it was a staple in the neighborhood, Forest Hills.
Yeah.
And you know, they were doing Mediterranean stuff and all kinds of shit at that time. So it was a good experience just working with Mexican dudes that really. The thing I learned most in that kitchen was speed.
Right.
You know, tasting and making sure everything is good, but with speed.
Yeah. And stress.
Oh, big stress. But you know, when you have salsa playing in the background, I'm watching UFC on a little baby screen TV that my man Carlos, the dude who used to wash the dishes, and Handyman, he fucking stole the cable from up the block.
Did he really?
So we got UFC. I mean, this was Spike. We got
So this is the old
PBS.
UFC.
Yeah.
This
is
is the,
literally
like,
when
they got the
Ultimate Fighter
kimonos.
started.
They got the kimonos.
No, that's
Because that shit was my favorite.
I have all those DVDs, the early ones.
That shit
Those
was
cage
my favorite.
fighting early.
Yeah.
Hoist Gracie and Ken Shamrock, Dan Severn.
They will fuck you up in a costume, bro.
For real.
They don't even need to like be.
The gi is a crazy thing.
The gi.
If someone comes out in the gi, you know that they're not to be fucked with. You know that they're gonna either choke you out or do a weird karate move.
Yeah. I mean,
They're not gonna box in the gi.
They're not gonna box you, and you're gonna try to box, but they're gonna be like.
Well, boxing does cancel out jujitsu sometimes. If you get hit in the face, you can't get an arm lock.
Right.
You know, so if you blast someone as hard as you can and keep hitting them, that's kind of a jujitsu deterrent.
You like kung fu movies?
Not as much, but I mean,
I'm not that. I wanna know more.
I like Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
I saw a lot of the old shit, you know, Faces of Death type of shit.
Yep.
I'm more like Bronx Tale.
Yep.
I'm a Michael Keaton guy also.
You're
Bokeem Woodbine.
You've worked with Scorsese.
If you're looking for something with a little bit more luxury, we have these two models over here. They're like the Cadillacs of caskets. Now, if we're putting you in the fucking oven, it really doesn't matter what you go in. The cheapest shit possible. Particle board, that's it. What are we doing today? Are we doing a cremation?
A burial.
Burial? Is it for a man or for a woman?
Me.
Shit. You see anything you like?
That green one?
Oh, that's a beauty. That one will set you back about $7,500 if you take it home today. What do you think?
Can you do any better?
I mean, buddy, this is what you want to go home in, no? I think we could go 6 on that for you. How about that? 6 flat cash work for you?
That's good.
De Niro, it was just me and De Niro on the camera.
And how was he?
He was a gentleman and a man.
Do you know
legend.
did he know who you were? And
I don't think he knew who I was, but they were telling him. Scorsese already knew. Or maybe he did. He
Yeah.
was just, he's fucking rubbing me. What does he care?
Thanks for watching part 3 of The Fishbowl with Action Bronson. Part 4, we're going to talk about one space movie that made us both very emotional.